Good morning. So great to be here. So great to see you all here. My name is Dana Zahler. I welcome you on this first Sunday of June. June is the month of imagination, so we have lit the candle for June. And so let us affirm that wonderful things are happening to and through us today and this entire month. So our mission is to touch hearts and transform lives through the power of unconditional love and acceptance. We embody a spiritual community that emphasizes personal growth, living consciously, and making a positive difference in the world. Just take that in. Please share with me our affirmation together. There is only one power and one presence active in my life and in the universe, God the good. We affirm that the goodness of God is available to us at all times and everywhere present. So today our talk with Reverend Jeff is Power versus Force, Part 1. So wait, there's more. I can't wait. So my friend Patty is going to read the daily word for us today. Do you want me to hold this for you?
I can do it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm so happy to be here and see your lovely faces. Truly, truly, you make my life so much better. So this is prayer flows throughout my life. Just as my body needs water to stay healthy, my soul draws strength from living water, the ever-flowing presence of spirit within me. As I drink from this well, I am refreshed and ready to meet each moment prayerfully. Fortified by divine love, prayer flows naturally. When challenges or opportunities arrive, I pause to express gratitude. When I meet someone in need or am helped by another, I hold them in thought of light and love. Whether I pray aloud or pray silently, the prayerful energy arising from within me is blessing. I open myself to Spirit's presence, and my prayer practices deepens. Prayer flows as naturally as breath itself, an inspired rhythm of life, sustained by living water that never runs dry. Prayer is the spirit of all times, in every prayer and supplication. Ephesians 6:18. Thank you.
Patty. Nice to have you up here. All right. So we are going to stand and greet each other. So just take a few minutes and a fist bump, a high five, a hug, whatever suits you.
Did Robert disappear? Where's Jeff?
So I invite you to stay standing as we're going to join in a group sing.
All right. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for this love, Spirit. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this love, Spirit. Thank you for this love. This radiant, this radiant, this radiant love. This radiant, this radiant, this radiant love. Radiant, this radiant, this radiant love. This radiant, this radiant, this radiant love. We're gonna keep you guys standing and move on to another song. Let the way of the heart.
Is there anyone here for the first time today? Great. Do we have? All right. Let us move into our time of meditation.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Astrika, and today we are invited to participate, not to perform. This is an active, personalized meditation for unity, not something to listen to passively, but something to experience. The pause belongs to you. The breath belongs to you. The experience belongs to you. And today we explore a simple question. What happens when we stop forcing life and begin allowing what is already true to emerge? Let us begin. If it feels comfortable, gently let your eyes close. Take a slow breath in and let it go with a soft sigh. Again, breathing in and releasing. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice the support beneath you, the chair beneath you, the room around you. Nothing to fix, nothing to become, nothing to prove. Just this breath, just this moment. If it feels comfortable, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Feel the warmth beneath your hands. Feel the movement of your breath. Feel the quiet miracle of being alive. As you continue breathing gently, bring your awareness inward. So much of our living is spent pushing, gripping, trying to make life work by sheer force. Without judgment, simply name that together, not to fix, only to see it clearly. I name the pattern where I try to force what only ease can give. Feel where that lands, the jaw, the shoulders, the chest. I name the pattern where I grip and control because some part of me is afraid to trust. Let yourself feel it without fixing it. I name the pattern where I mistake pushing harder for being strong. If something more specific is arising in you, let it have its name too. Notice where these patterns live, not in your thoughts, but in your body. In the shoulders, in the jaw, in the chest, in the belly. These patterns are not failures. They were how we learned to feel safe, we can honor them and still set them down. Now take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, we begin to release. I release the pattern where I believe I must force life. I release the fear that says I must control to be safe. I release the belief that my strength comes from gripping tighter. And exhale completely. Let your body soften just a little. And now, what we choose, not handed to us, but chosen by us. Gently press your feet into the floor. Feel the strength beneath you, the support you already have. And choose what feels right for you, or create your own in your mind. I choose to meet this moment from alignment, not force. I choose to let what is true carry what the struggle never could. I choose to trust the strength that does not have to push. Let these choices settle into your chest, your belly, your hands. And we anchor them so the body remembers. I anchor this in the steady weight of my feet on the ground. Now feel your hand upon your heart, the warmth and the rhythm beneath your palm. I anchor this in the quiet rhythm of my own heartbeat. Feel both anchors together, feet on the ground, heart alive. Even a small shift is enough. Now imagine leaving this room today. Imagine a moment where stress appears, a difficult conversation, an unexpected challenge. A moment when the old urge to tighten, to push, to control begins to arise. And see it gently. Now feel your feet, feel your heart, and return to your anchors. And from this grounded place, whisper inwardly, I choose alignment over force. Notice what changes in the mind, in the body, in your breath, in your shoulders, the space around you. And now, let yourself remember a real moment, a time when something in your life simply unfolded without forcing. A conversation, a friendship, a sunrise, a child's laughter. A moment when you felt strong without struggling, connected without grasping, held without holding. Let your whole being remember, this is what strength feels like when it does not have to push. Not because you created it, but because it already lives within you. Let the ease be the last thing your body remembers from this moment. You have named the pattern, You have released what you were ready to release. You have chosen alignment over force, and you have anchored it into your body. And so it is.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Byron's got me all set up here. So I'm as my ongoing effort to try to go paperless and also he's got me set up, and I'm working. These are handouts that I'll have for you all here. But welcome on this day. For those that are new to Unity, Unity is not a religion. Unity is a movement. And so what you'll find here is that we recognize there is capital T truth in every source in the world. In all religions, there's some form of truth. And we look for that truth, not in the way of recognizing differences, but in a way of recognizing how we're the same and how we are together. And I wasn't going to go here, but I feel led to go here. So, in one of the scriptures, Jesus said, "Know the truth, and the truth will set you free." And I've been on this journey since we did the homecoming book study of learning more about my true self and knowing about my little guy. I call him Jeffy. So my dad called me was Jeffy. And I had a major breakthrough this week with Jeffy. And recognizing that there have been patterns in my life that have served me in terms of strategy of living life, but they haven't really served me. They've manipulated me, they've controlled me, they have not done and allowed me to be who God created me to be. So, in a session that I had this past week, so let me take a step back. So my pattern has always been, if any of you are familiar with an Enneagram, I'm an Enneagram 7, which means I love adventure, I love to go, I like new things, like this is me, always going, right? Moss doesn't grow under my feet. Well, that's a strategy that I developed at a very early age to avoid pain. That's a strategy that I avoided, because I didn't know what to do with the feelings of inadequacy, in the trauma of divorce as a little boy. And so the breakthrough I had this week was, and part of my big issue is this sense of abandonment, this feeling abandoned, and the patterns that I will go through to avoid abandonment. So the breakthrough for me this week was this recognition that every time I was doing something new, I was abandoning Jeffy. And I literally saw myself, my little self, like, where are you going now? Why are you leaving me? Can you stay with me and help me through this time that I'm dealing with pain? And so it's part of this power versus force, right? Like we force ourselves to do things, and we don't recognize the power that we have to stay in who we are. So this summer is going to be the summer of Jeffy. So I'm going to be doing some fun things with Jeffy this year. I have some things planned, and I'll be sharing with you that journey. one of the things Melissa Bell said to me one time was that she appreciates the fact that as I'm learning, and I'm sharing that with you folks as a way of you learning too by my example, right? So if anybody is on that journey too, that wants to know their forgotten or abandoned self, let's have conversation. Let's have coffee. Let's talk about it. So, anyways, and I do want to recognize Larry is still recuperating at home. Larry, who turned 98 a week and a half ago, he's still recuperating at home. We have Liz, who is also, she messaged me and said, I'm not going to make it today. I'm not feeling well, so but I'll be there next week. So Liz, we want to recognize you and acknowledge you. And then Brandy, our children's ministry leader, she's also not feeling well. As Byron's missing his wing lady here today, Grace is also not feeling well today. So we want to recognize all those that are staying home today because they're not feeling well. So, power versus force. Have you ever noticed that some people can walk into a room and instantly change the energy of a room? I was described by an ex-wife that I enter a room mouth first. Which, that's fair. That's a fair assessment of me. But there's certain people that walk into a room and they just command attention, either through some type of authority or is it force? And then there are those whose quiet presence comes into a room and changes the energy in a room, just by the fact of their quiet, tender, confident, calm manner. Those are examples of power versus force. One form controls, the other influences. One pushes, and the other attracts. One is force, and the other is power. I got multitasking here, Byron. So a scripture reference for this is Matthew 17, 14 through 20, where Yeshua is out with the disciples and they're in public and they're mingling with people and he's healing people. And in this particular situation, a gentleman brings his son, his epileptic son, to Yeshua, Jesus, and says, I need you to heal my son. And the disciples had tried, but they weren't able to do it. So Jesus responds to them and says, for most certainty I tell you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you will tell this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. And nothing will be impossible for you. Now, those of us growing up in church were, so I can have as much faith and I can look at that mountain and move that mountain, physically move that mountain. And it's a little confusing, it kind of creates this doubt, how is that possible? Well, a lot of them, Jesus was speaking to people. He was either doing it in parables or he was doing it metaphysically. He wasn't meaningly that physical mountain. The metaphysical meaning was that thing in front of you that seems insurmountable, that seems that you can't make it, right? Let's look at the characters. The Father represents our desire for healing and wholeness, that part of us that seeks a higher answer when ordinary efforts fail. The Son represents a troubled condition in consciousness. It may symbolize fear, addiction, anxiety, self-doubt, limiting beliefs, or any patterns that seem to control us. The disciples represent our spiritual familiarity, our faculties, similar to the 12 powers, the Unity 12 powers that we talk about. They have the spiritual potential, but they've not yet awakened to their power. Now, awakening is an important thing in our movement. You don't see crosses here in our center. And the reason for that is relationship is not gained through death. Relationship is gained through awakening. Awakening our limitations, awakening to our the things that keep us separate, whether they be emotional issues or spiritual conditions. These are all things that limit our ability. And then Jesus in this particular story represents the Christ consciousness. The Christ consciousness that's within us. Each one of us has the Christ consciousness. You were not born without the Christ consciousness. It's there. There isn't anything that you lack to have the same consciousness as Christ. It's just an understanding and an awakening. The disciples are asking why they failed. Why were they not able to heal? And Jesus is saying to them, it's because of your unbelief. It's a change. It's a change in the mind. It's a change. So metaphysically, the unbelief is not merely doubting God. It is identifying with the appearances rather than with truth. We may affirm abundance while we secretly believe in lack. We may pray for healing while expecting illness. And we may seek peace while we're rehearsing fear. So let's look at force. Force, the difference between power versus force. Force is fear-based. It arises when we believe that we're not enough. Force is exhausting because it requires constant effort. Constantly having to push for force. Force attempts to make life conform to our will. I think of a football player, a lineman, when they're training, right? Whether you're offensive lineman or you're a offensive or defense, you're on the line and you explode with force against your opponent. It's a sudden thing. It's a temporary thing. Force comes as a result of believing that there's not enough. Not enough love, not enough time, not enough approval, not enough security. When fear is driving us, we attempt to manage life through control. And control shows up in our life in terms of patterns that we choose, right? Whether we choose a pattern of alcohol or drugs or sex or gambling or shopping or whatever it is, we try to gain control. We push, we manipulate, we pressure, we argue, we defend. Force is exhausting because it requires constant effort. Have you ever tried to force a relationship to work? Have you ever forced to try to force someone to change? Have you ever forced healing to happen? Or how about forcing an outcome to arrive faster? How did that feel? It's usually tense, it's usually frustrating, and it's usually disappointing. Draining, exactly. Then we look at power. Power comes from alignment. Alignment in who we are. It's when we are able to connect the head to the heart. Christ resides in our heart. It's a matter of getting our mind, our ego, our fears, everything out of the way so that this comes into alignment and we can live within that power. Power is not domination. It's simply there. Power is what happens when we align ourselves with the truth. Power flows through integrity. It flows through love. It flows through compassion. It flows through authenticity. It flows through trust. and it flows through faith. Power doesn't push. Power invites. It's appealing. We're attracted to power, right? Like we see somebody who's very strong in character and knows who they are. You want to be around that person. But when there's someone that's fear-based and they don't know what and they're out there, and we've seen them where they're trying to make you believe they are somebody that they're not, it's like, I don't know. I don't know that I can trust that. I can get to know you, but there's going to be some boundaries because I don't know that I can trust it. Power doesn't manipulate. It doesn't try to have its own way. It just is. Power inspires. Power doesn't demand, but power demonstrates. Jesus rarely forced anyone. He simply embodied a consciousness that transformed lives. He didn't have to coerce people to follow him. People were attracted to what he had, and they followed him. First in the ones and the twos, and the 12s, the dozens, and then the thousands followed him because of what he exemplified. Not by sword, not by coercion, not by fear. Love is attractive. Peace is attractive. Authenticity is attractive. We want to be around those people. So I have this, I'm going to pass these out. Take my Larry sticker off here. This is the Hawkins map of consciousness that I showed you last week. I'm giving you all a copy of it to review. In fact, Kirsten, let me have one. And so how this works, and my suggestion is to take this home, put it on a refrigerator, put it on a mirror, put it in a place where you can see it. And the way this map works is if you look at the bottom of this consciousness, the lower part of the consciousness is shame. And then as you work your way up, shame, guilt, and apathy, those three things themselves are created by fear. They operate in fear. And the higher you go in frequency, the higher you go in consciousness, the more freeing you become. To the point where we operate in love, we operate in joy, we operate in peace, we operate in enlightenment. So when you're having a bad day or you're struggling with something, take a look at this and see where you are in your level of consciousness. Are we operating down here or are we operating up here? So let's take a look at what this looks like, power versus force, in everyday things. So let's look at it from a standpoint of parenting. Force yells at a child to obey. You will sit here. In that case, it's usually your force versus their force, and whoever the powerful person is going to win. It's using fear, shame, threats to gain compliance. It's winning the argument at all costs. Yet power says it's setting clear boundaries with love. It's modeling the behavior that you want to see. It's helping a child understand consequences and helping them make better choices. Now, all of us, I know I have, there were times, because I didn't know any better, that I parented under fear, under force. You will do this. And we try and we try and we try, right? And there are situations, there are times when we have to kind of get our back up against somebody that might be, or something that's strong-willed, to make sure that we equal the tension. But the bottom line is that we learn, and people learn by example. Let's look at this through leadership. In a force, it's micromanaging employees. Anybody been micromanaged in a job before? Yeah, it's fear. You're not going to do it the right way. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's leading through fear of punishment. If you don't do this, you know. And it's demanding respect because of a title. Oh yeah, you will obey me because I'm the manager. Power is simply inspiring people through vision and example. It's building trust and empowering others. It's earning respect through integrity and through service. That's leadership. Then when we let's take a look at something as it relates to us here in a spiritual community. Force is telling people what they should believe. Making people swear to a doctrine or make vows to a doctrine. It's using guilt or fear to motivate participation. And it's protecting traditions at all expense. Power is inviting an exploration and personal discovery. We invite you. The lady I see for therapy will say to me, I invite you to think of it this way. Oh, okay. I'll take that invitation. Power is teaching by example. And it's creating a safe space, which we desire to create. We work really hard at creating a safe space here where all can feel transformation. Now, we're going to take a look at, today is about identifying power versus force. And next week we'll actually get into more of the nuts and bolts of how do we make that transition from one to the other. But I want to show you power versus force as it's looked in our world. So the first one that comes to mind is the Indian independence movement. I'm sure we've all heard of Mahatma Gandhi, and he led that nonviolent movement of changing, creating equality in India. There were two paths, two approaches, one goal, and that goal was freedom. We see on the force side, force was violence, control, oppression, fear, division, suppression of voice. And the power side, and force was temporary, and the power side was truth, nonviolence, love, unity, courage, self-sacrifice, and inner strength, that inner knowing. It was lasting it's lasting in that it awakened the soul of a nation, the heart of a nation. As much as those in power wanted to create something, the people themselves knew their truth. And that whole thing changed, shifted because of that. Truth is stronger than force. Love is mightier than hate. When people awaken to their dignity, no force on earth can keep them in chains. When people are entrenched in their identity, you can't force it. You might force it for a while. You may be able to have your way for a while, but it's not going to last. Let's look at something closer to home. The American Civil Rights Movement. Force relied on fear, control, violence, suppression, intimidation, and separation. Force is temporary. Force cannot create lasting change. power is lasting. It transforms hearts. It changes systems. Creates change. I have so much appreciation for like growing up in the 60s. I didn't understand what was going on. Still young, so I didn't quite understand. And it wasn't until I got older and then have an appreciation for what really was happening. Let's take a look at another situation, and this was the Solidarity movement in Poland. Force versus power. Again, forces rely on the same old feelings and strategy. Violence, control, fear, intimidation, censorship, surveillance, propaganda, division. I'm curious, do any of these sound familiar today? Do any of these sound familiar? Remember this: force is temporary. It can crush a movement, but it can't crush the idea. You can break people's, you can break their physical abilities, but you're not going to break their passion, their heart, and their identity. You will for a short time, but it won't last. Yesterday was June 6th, the anniversary of D-Day. And on that day, we saw power over force. As much as one civilization tried to force themselves on an entire continent and go in and march into those areas with military strength and all of that, the one thing that could not conquer was the people's hearts, the people's desire, their will to fight. Because the people were fighting for something much bigger than conquering, bigger than bullets and bombs and everything else. They're fighting for their heart and their soul. And over time, you run out of bullets. You run out of bombs. You run out of all of that. But a people's will doesn't change. So while we saw those many years ago, we look back, I should say, those many years ago, we see two forces coming together. But the true power was not coming from, the one true force, I should say, of the power was not coming from one just trying to overcome the other. It broke down. And my friends, today, and I know a lot of people are really struggling. I hear it. I get text messages. I get phone calls. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What's going to happen? It's my belief what we're seeing happening right now is power versus force. We're seeing a crumbling because people believe you cannot change truth. You can't rewrite websites. You can't change the name on buildings. You can't do anything like that because the truth is still the truth. And no matter how hard you try to erase the truth and rewrite, isn't it interesting that what's happening is trying to rewrite what the truth is? Burn the books. That's what Germany did. They tried to eradicate a whole race of people. But you couldn't. I see the opportunity for us in this time. I say us, the people, all of us, to stand in our power. And what is our power? Truth. Love wins. Not fear, love. So you get into a family gathering, you don't have to go in there loaded, or around friends and go in there loaded for bear of having all the facts. There's a calmness and a stillness and a comfort in what you bring to those opportunities. Our truth. So if you're facing something that's requiring you to be something that you're not, stand in your truth. Stay in your truth. Next week we'll explore this deeper. I wanted to I wanted to kind of paint the overall picture, right, of what does it look like from a big standpoint. And also give you some hope of what's happening. We stand in that truth. We've talked in the past couple of weeks about synchronicity and energy and how we're all connected. It's amazing to experience it and to see it work. It should give us all hope. I just appreciate this community so much. I appreciate each one of you that comes and brings your authentic self. That person that I get to know, that we get to know. Doesn't come pretending you are who you are. That gives us an opportunity to know one another, to have appreciation. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle, whether you're red or you're blue. That doesn't matter. It's a matter of knowing who you are and what you're about. That's our opportunity. That's why we need community. Power is having a group of people where we come together and people are being attracted to coming into opportunities where you're around people that have common beliefs. Not the same beliefs, common beliefs. I think I told you I got going to the Catholic Church with my granddaughter, and they have a Sunday, or excuse me, they have a day where I can go as Papa. It's grandparents' mass, I guess you call it. So I go as Papa, and I get to do mass with my granddaughter. And so part of the mass is you go up and you take communion. And my granddaughter says, Papa, when you go up there, you can't take the cracker. You have to do this. Okay. It's okay, Papa. Okay. My little 9-year-old granddaughter telling me. And you know what? In my power, I just show love. Because I know truth. And the truth tells me that that cracker and that juice doesn't save me. I'm already saved. I'm already healed. It's all right here. And I get to demonstrate that with her. That's my opportunity. That's all of our opportunities. So next week, stay tuned. There's more to come. In the meantime, stay curious and be the blessing.
Robert, you're not doing this one. Just the drums. And so this is a little different. I love community singing, so I'm going to encourage you to help us with this one. And love, it is the most powerful force. We can use those two words in a sentence together. This song came from Lawrence Cole. He's a song carrier. He's in his 80s, and he comes around here once a year and does a grief retreat out at Harmony Woods and does a community song circle where I learned this song. And this song has 4 parts, but we're only going to do 2 parts to make it easy. And once you guys get the 2 parts done, I'm going to pop in with a 3rd part, and you just keep going with what you're going with. Rhiannon's going to be part 1, and I think we should separate it. We're kind of all...
Equal parts.
Yeah, there's not going to be equal
I'll go over here.
Okay.
I'm such a strong voice.
And if you don't want to stay in your part, you can jump over to another part. There's no wrong. And when I go into the 3rd part, again, just do whatever part. Or if you don't want to sing at all, that's fine too. Part 1. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. Everyone sing this. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We're going to have you keep doing that.
We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace. We shall sing
a song of
only
praise for the
in
mother.
love. We shall walk
Sing a song of
only
praise to the
in
earth.
peace. We shall sing
Thank her for the beauty
only
that
in
surrounds
love.
us.
We shall walk
Thank her for the miracle
only in
of her.
peace.
We shall sing. Thank you for the
only
beauty
in
that surrounds
love.
us.
We shall walk
Thank her for the
only in
miracle of her.
peace.
We shall sing only in love. We shall walk only in peace we shall see. Only in love we shall walk. Only in peace we shall see. Only in love we shall walk. Only in peace we shall sing a song of praise to the Mother. We shall walk. Sing a song of praise to the earth. Peace we shall sing. Thank her for the beauty that surrounds us. We shall walk. Thank her for the miracle. Only in peace we shall sing. Only in love we shall walk. Only in peace. Give yourselves a hand, because it's hard not to sing what the other person's singing. And I got carried away, obviously.
I love, Chantel had this idea when I told her about the talk. She had this idea of, and I've done like 2 or 3 Lawrence Cole nights, and it's magical. We have magic in this building because of the acoustics. And the idea was that we would come together as 2 different parts or 3 different parts, coming together in our power and singing and hearing that even though some of us have different ranges or different words, that coming together as one creates a power, creates an energy, right? And so that was the idea. So thank you for participating in that.
Yeah. So we will move into our time of tithing and love offering. So I invite you just to return to the message for this month is imagination, the 12 powers. And that imagination that resides within you is truly the key to your prosperity. That gift of our Christ nature that allows us to create anew, that allows us to envision anew. And so just hold that in your heart, that sense of your own abundance. That is your inheritance. And we just envision those gifts that you wish to share with this ministry. And we will just hear some music as we pass out bags.
Only
right, I invite you to share in our love offering blessing together. Divine love in, through, and as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have our prayer box up here. There's the little teal color prayer requests in the back of the seats there. If you want to provide a prayer request, we will pray with and for those individuals for 30 days, as will Silent Unity. Together, let's say our peace statement. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, the many ways to worship God. For there is only one power and presence of God, and that God loves each one of us equally. Unity urges all nations, their leaders, and their people to pursue peace, not war, for this is what honors the God of all our faith traditions. Okay, announcements for today. We have next Friday the men's group, a guys' night in, and we also have the women's group. They both meet here in this building, Women of Wonder. So this is a way to come together as community and to share with other people. So I invite anyone to come. You are welcome here. We have 3 Mondays in June, starting a week from this Monday, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. Our own Kimmy Beslow is going to be teaching Energy Essentials workshop. She's amazing.
I just want to say, I know we tend to be last minute around here, and this not unlike any church I've ever been around. People always wait the last minute to see if something else pops up on their calendar. But this is going to be fantastic. I will be registering today. But Kimmy has some amazing talents and energy, and I'm really looking forward to this intuition and energy workshops that she's doing. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you're going to go, please sign up. The other part of that encourages Kimmy too, right? Because as she's getting ready for this, she knows that people are wanting to be a part of it. So it's not always, just remember that. So
Yes.
Is it a 3-week?
yes.
3
yes,
weeks.
It's 3 weeks, so there's a lesson each week.
3 Mondays
Yep.
in a row, in June. All right, we have T-shirts back there if you want to wear a Unity T-shirt. Our Sacred Support Circle meets the second Sunday, so that'll be next Sunday after church. We have Qigong practice, which is amazing. It's just a renewing and energizing experience, 10 to 10:30. It's in the classroom here on Sunday mornings. We're having a garage sale, a rummage sale. It's not going to be in a garage, right? So we are inviting everyone to bring household items or anything gently used. That is going to be the last Saturday of the month, so bring things that week. All right, let's bring the kids in.
We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light, in the light of God. We are walking in the light, 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 in the light of God. Walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of love. Hello?
Her little
Here comes Talia. She's sliding across in her socks. Just slides to the front door.
So, lucky guy, do you want to read what those say?
I am kind and I am loving.
Yes, you are. You are. Yes, you are. Let's see it. Let's see the demo.
I am kind, I am loving, and we are everything.
Yay. And we could add I am joy too, right? Oh, people can sign the card for Brandy. That's lovely. We'll have it in the back for people to sign. Get well soon. And thank you so much, Miss Julie, lovely woman who stepped in. All right. Let's join in a circle and we'll sing the peace song. No? Oh, the blessing. I'm sorry. Let's bless them. Together, be the love you are. Sing the song you hear. Share your joy of life with people far and near. And for ourselves, be the love we are. Sing the song we hear. Share our joy of life with people far and near. All right. Now we'll sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be my moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Wow. Crescendo. All right, together, the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and that's the truth.